There we go. Hello and welcome to a session of FitEssentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be taking you through class. Let's go ahead and come on up to our feet. All right, everybody. So we're going to start with some breathing, but we will be using a band today in class. If you have a long band around, that's an option, okay? And we'll be using a chair if you need a chair or a bench. Otherwise, let's go ahead and start with some breathing. Feet just underneath the hips, hands in front of the chest. Allow those shoulders to kind of be relaxed down your body. And as you breathe in, you're just going to reach your arms out, whether it's in front of your body or whether it's up to overhead, whatever feels best for you. And then as you exhale, relax down, allow the chest and shoulders to open. We'll do that twice more. Breathe in, reach up, and exhale, relax. Fantastic. One more time, breathe and reach. And let it all go. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Fantastic. From here, let's get a little bit of a bounce into your hips and knees. Allow those arms to be nice and heavy, and just ever so gently, we're going to start to twist through your torso. Start by keeping the arms out away from your body and just feel them kind of float side to side like you're part of a tree here. You got some tree branches just kind of gently floating in the breeze. Keeping those shoulders down. And then as you start to warm up a little bit more, start to allow the arms to kind of bend at the elbows and see if you can have them like gently slap against the body. And you can try to coordinate that with your breathing to kind of exhale as the arms gently tap against the body. Couple more. And release. Good job. From there, go ahead and walk the feet in. Bring your arms to the thighs, and now we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back and down. So up and back, and kind of bring the whole arm into it if you'd like. Up and back. So, we oftentimes live with our shoulders up in our ears, so we don't want to stay there. We want to kind of teach our body how to pull them back and down, pull the shoulder blades open and lifting through the chest. One more time there, down and back. And release. Fantastic. From here, set the feet a little bit wider, hands on the hips, and let's go into our hip circles. Go ahead and circle around. 3 to 5 one way. Just kind of gently feeling through that motion there. And then when you're ready, go ahead and reverse directions, 3 to 5 the other way. Just be nice and gentle, finding some different ranges of motion, taking your body through some ranges that you don't feel all the time. And release. Fantastic. All right. Either stay standing or feel free if you want to take it down to the chair. We're going to do some ankle rolls. So if you want to work on your balance a little bit more, we're going to be doing some balance work later on. So if you don't want to double it up, just take a seat for a second. We're going to lift one foot up and we're going to roll that ankle around 3 to 5 times one way. And 3 to 5 the other. Point the toes, lift the toes, circle them around. And go ahead and release. Same thing other side. If you are doing that balance, make sure you get a good position, really lift up through your hips. Otherwise, other foot rather. 3 to 5 one way and reverse directions, 3 to 5 the other. All right, fantastic. From here, if you are standing, you're going to want to take a seat or come on down to the floor. We're going to go glute stretch next. So start with your right leg. Go ahead and lift that leg up off the floor, and then you're going to cross it over. If you're seated here, we're looking to get that foot hooked on the opposite knee, and then you're going to hug that leg in. We're looking to target this outer glute area. So sit tall, hug it in, and breathe. So you can keep a good positioning of the shoulders here too. We don't want to let our body round forward, so pull the shoulders back. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that side down. Same thing other side, lifting that foot up. Trying to cross it over, and you're going to pull that knee across the body. Again, we're looking to get this outer hip area. Sitting tall as you do so. Nice deep breaths. Keep filling those lungs up with air. One more time. And go ahead and release. Fantastic. All right, before we come on up to our feet, if you're on the floor, you can go into child's pose. Otherwise, we're going to do a little bit of a modified version here from the seat. Hands on the thighs, chin to the chest, and then just slide the hands down the legs, pulling your belly button in, and just gently feel a nice stretch into the back Yep, there you go. Looking down towards the floor. And when you find your bottom position, just kind of pause there and center your back to your breathing. Breathing in the back of the rib cage. And then when you're ready, start to walk your hands up your legs. Bring yourself back up to seated. Good job. From a child's pose position, you're going to walk your hands to one side, or here in the chair, I'm going to kind of switch my weight to one side, and then I'm going to support on my hand. And now I'm just going to kind of reach diagonally across the body. So just chin down, reaching across. Anyone that's down in child's pose, this would be like a modification for a child's pose side stretch. Breathing here, reaching to the opposite side of the body. One more breath. And go ahead and release and come on up. And we're going to do the same thing other way. Switch your seat crossed. Kind of support yourself. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your hand, reaching down to the floor on the opposite side of that opposite leg. Tuck the chin in. And you should feel this like around along the side of the body, into your back a little bit. You'll typically feel it wherever you're holding the most stiffness. One more breath there. Nice breath into that stiff area. Release and make your way on up. All right, everybody. Fantastic. Go ahead and come on up to your feet. Going to make our way into our first section here. Working on some balance. And we're going to be doing what's called like a plank row. So you're going to want to have somewhere that you can support, or doing a renegade row down on the ground. So the plank row, you'll be supported here, and you can have a weight or just using your hand, elbows high. Okay, that's going to be in between the single leg balance. Otherwise, we're going to go into our balance work, starting on your left leg as like the down leg. So you'll place that foot down onto the floor, kind of grip those toes down, center yourself so your shoulders are stacked right over your hips. Pull those shoulders back, and then whenever you're ready, go ahead and lift that opposite leg up. Find something straight ahead to focus on, and breathe. We're going to go upwards of 30 seconds here. That's 15. If you feel like you're losing that position of your hips, please go ahead and set that foot down. You can always come back in. That's 20. Just keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Help hold yourself upright. 2, 1, and release. Good job. Set that other foot down. You're going to rock the hips a little bit. And then we're going to make our way into that elevated plank. So if you're going to hold a weight from the elevated position, I'm going to place it down, place the hands, walk the feet back, and then whenever you're ready, you can hold the weight, pull that elbow up, and then switching sides. We go 30 seconds here, alternating sides. Elbow nice and high. Hi, Hunter. Good to see you. Reaching it forward, setting it down. Good job. Rowing that shoulder blade back and down. Very nice. Alternating arms. Placing it down, pulling it up. Very good. And we're going to be doing this 3 more times. So if you didn't quite catch on to it the first time, don't worry, you got more time. And release. Walk those feet in. Come on back up to standing. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite leg. So you were standing on your left. Now you're going to stand on your right. So place that right foot down, lift everything up. 2, 1, here we go. We're going to be doing 2 sets of this. So really kind of feel how that wobble's happening for me, and just keep readjusting the balance. That's 15 seconds. Keep pulling up, hips level, shoulders back. Beautiful. Lift and hold. 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. We're going right back down to the same upper body exercise with that, we call it the elevated plank row here. So head into position, walk the feet back, holding strong, and 2, 1, here we go. It's really no problem if you don't have a weight there. We just practice the rowing position of that elbow, driving that elbow up above the rib cage with the option of holding the weight. Squeeze and reach. This is kind of like a warm up for us here with this single arm row. We're going to be doing more of it later on in the hour. Elbow high. And as you switch positions from one hand to the other, you want to keep pulling that midline in. 2, 1, and release. Walk the feet in. coming back to the top. So that's the end of set one. We're going to do it one more time, going back to our balance on your left foot. So place that left foot down, shoulders back, lift everything up, and here we go. Very good. Great time to kind of quiet the mind, focus on a single spot. If you want an extra challenge, close your eyes. That's 15 seconds. Keep lifting up out of that hip. Good focus. That's 25 seconds. Shoulders down, chest up, and 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. Headed into that plank row. Nice deep breath. Place the feet about hip width apart. Place the hands right underneath the shoulders. And then we're really focused here not to let those hips drop in. 2, 1, here we go. With or without weight, elbow nice and high. Shoulder back and down. If you're using a weight here, I'm just setting it down between the hands and then picking it up and pulling it into that row. Elbow high. So we're working on some midline strength here as we hold this plank. Also working on some mid-back strength, helping that shoulder blade to sit in a good position. And 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Walking it in. Last little bit of balance work here. So you're going to be on your right leg next. Place that right foot down. Stack those shoulders over the hips. Lift everything up in that midline, and here we go. Up and hold. Beautiful. Find that center. Breathe. That's 15 seconds. Keep lifting up. If you need to set that foot down for a moment, come back in. 5 seconds, almost there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Great job. Final time on this row. Just gonna switch it around so I'm looking in the other direction. Place those hands right underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet back. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Alternating arms, elbow up, with or without weight. That's a good habit. Just kind of pause at the top, hold it in, and then release. Have your gaze right between the hands. Shoulder blade down the spine as you row that elbow nice and high. We're halfway. And I tend to be kind of up on my toes, off my heels. You can definitely just like rock back if you want to relax those calves a little bit more. You can just have your heels planted on the ground. Almost gives me a little calf stretch when I'm back there. And 2, 1, and release. All done there, everybody. Go ahead and come on up to your feet. Let's grab your water. Great job. All right, so from here, we're going to do a little bit more stretching and mobility. So we're going to start by kind of waking up those hamstrings just a little bit more. So we're going to bring the hands either over the shoulders, or if you feel good for it, you're going to bring them behind the head. Get a little bend into those knees, and now we're going to bow forward, pulling the belly button in, sending those hips back, looking down towards the floor, and squeeze the glutes, standing tall. 3 to 5. Long spines, you send the hips back, bowing forward, and standing tall. Very good. A couple more. Straight up. And last one. And stand. Very good. From here, go ahead and step your left foot forward, right foot back. You're going to reach your right arm straight up, bend that elbow, reach up and grab that elbow. Now here, we don't want to arch back too far. We don't want to drop that head forward. We want to stay as tall as we can. And just very gently, you're going to shift that back hip forward, kind of squeeze this glute of the back leg. And with your feet firmly planted, if you feel comfortable for it, just take it into a gentle side bend, bending towards your front leg. Breathe in, back to center, and then exhale as you take it to the side. Good job. 3 to 5 total. Holding good posture in the mid-back. Very good. And then go ahead and unwind your upper body out of that. Walk your back foot in. And then let's just do a little side step and call it an arm swing here. Opening through the chest. As you swing the arms forward, palms down. As you swing the arms back, rotate the palms forward. There you go. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna do that same stretch on your opposite side. So you're gonna be your right foot forward, left foot back. Get yourself rooted into your legs, nice and firm. Then your left arm's gonna reach up, bend that elbow. Watch your posture again. Say that all the time there because we wanna help to improve our posture. Pull that elbow back, neck as long as you can. And then as able, shift the hips forward, squeeze that glute on that back leg. And then just very gently take it into a side bend here. It's a pretty tough stretch, so it's okay. If you feel awkward, just smile. Say that feeling awkward is a sign that we're growing. We're never too old to keep growing and learning something new about our bodies, about what we need for our own peace and happiness. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that. Come on out. All right, everybody. Next, you can either kind of stay in that lunge position to open those hips, or as able, we're going to go a little bit deeper into that quad stretch, opening those hip flexors. If you can grab your foot, that's what we're looking for. Try to grab that foot, pull the heel towards the glute. And remember, like I said, go ahead and keep holding there, or just gently opening the front of the hips with that long staggered stance. If you're holding that foot, see if you can hold it for about another 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release that foot down. And then same thing, other side. It's a good one to balance with. Lift everything up. Grab that foot. Pull the heel back, or that tall lunge. Alrighty, after we finish the stretch here, we're gonna get ready for some upper body work. You're gonna wanna have a nice light weight for this tricep kickback. And then you can stay with the same weight, or you can get a little bit heavier weight for a single arm row. We're gonna do the kickback first. Go ahead and release that foot. Fantastic. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna come just a little bit closer to show this a little bit better. With the kickback, you're gonna support, whether it's on like your countertop or the chair, you're gonna hold the elbow up so that your upper arm is parallel to your torso the whole time. Then we extend the elbow and rotate the palm to the ceiling. So you want this to be a nice light weight, or you can just move your hand as if you're, if you don't have a weight light enough, be smart, or use like a light water bottle or a soup can. So we'll go 30 seconds on the left arm, turn it around, 30 seconds on the right arm, and then we're gonna do a single arm row, okay? All right, let me know if there's any questions. Otherwise, we're gonna start here in about 20 seconds. So good time to grab a drink. I'm gonna be going between that box there and this chair for our kickbacks. All right, we're gonna start on your left arm with the kickback. Go ahead and get into position, grab your weights. So you're gonna pull the elbow up so it's parallel to the torso, and then whenever you're ready, you're gonna extend that elbow, turn the palm to the ceiling, and then back in. So you keep that arm up the whole time, extend the elbow, rotate the hand, bringing it back. Nice and subtle, nice and light. Yeah, pulling that midline in the whole time. So you're kind of bracing the belly. Good job. Kick it back, rotate, and bring it in. Very nice. Go ahead and rest. And we're going to turn it around for the same thing on the opposite side. So now we go to the right arm. Place your left hand down, feet in position. Pull that arm up so it's parallel to the torso, and then whenever you're ready, extend the elbow, turn the palm to the ceiling. Bend it in, kick it back, and rotate. Palm towards the ceiling. Very good. And we're going to keep that arm up against the torso the whole time. So we're just bending at the elbow and rotating the palm. Very good. 10 seconds. Kick it back, turn it up, bend it in. Fantastic. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. All right, we're going to go back to our first arm. You can stick with the same weight, or if you have something that's just a little bit heavier, we're going to go to a single arm row next. So back to your left arm, similar setup position. And then we're going to, whenever you're ready, we're going to reach forward and then you row up and in. Reach and pull through. Yep. So all on one arm. Go ahead and join me. We're 10 seconds in. This is the first of 3 rounds. So if you're not quite catching on just yet, don't worry, we got plenty of time. Reach and row. Elbow high, shoulder down out of the ear. Good. Forward and up. Reach, row. Let's go one more. And rotate. Fantastic. Set that down. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on your right arm. So place those feet in position. Place your left hand down for support. 2, 1. Here we go. Elbow high. Reaching forward in the bottom. Good. Once you know what we're doing, turn your gaze so you're looking right down at your support hand. So while this is an upper body exercise, you're still using your lower body, right? You're holding nice and strong in your legs. You're using your midline to hold your spine in a good position. Pulling that belly button in. 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We're gonna take 30 seconds, so good time to grab a drink, and then we'll be back to our tricep work. All right, going in 10. If anyone doesn't feel good with those kickbacks, you can always do an overhead tricep extension as well if you know that version. Let me know if you don't know it and want to see it. Otherwise, stick with our kickbacks. Here we go. Elbow up, elbow extends, turn the palms. Remember, this is the one where we keep the arm there the whole time. Nice, Diane. Yeah. Firming up those arms. And building strength in our tricep helps our upper body strength as a whole also, and it helps our push-up strength, helps our overhead pressing strength. So lots of benefits besides just looking good in a tank top. And 2, 1, and release. I think the older we get, the more we realize that fitness isn't just about how we look, it's more about how we feel. So let's go to that opposite arm. So now to the right side for the tricep kickback. Elbow up, and whenever you're ready, extend, turn the palm to the ceiling. Good. I'm keeping an eye on the screen here watching you all and watching the clock, but please for yourself, turn your gaze forward so your head's neutral, looking down at that support hand. Bend that elbow in, extend it back, turn that palm to the ceiling. Very good. 1 to 2 more. And 2, 1, and rotate. Very good. Stand it up, shake it out. If you want to go a little bit heavier on your weight, we're back to our single arm row. Second half is set 2. Place the hands, place the feet, 2, 1. Here we go. So that single arm row, straight up, straight down. Similar to what we did with that plank row earlier, but now we're all on one arm instead of alternating sides. Reach and row through. That midline nice and tight. Elbow nice and high above the torso. Pausing in the top. And 2, 1, rest. Whew. Good job, everybody. All right, second half, second arm. Bend over row in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right arm this time. Reach forward. Pulling through. Breathe in to reach. Exhale on that row. Very good. Focus on that shoulder down out of the ear. Try to pull that weight all the way up into the rib cage. Pausing in the top. And release. Woo! All right. 30 seconds, grab a drink. We're gonna do it one more time, and then we're gonna do some good stretching before we finish with our final circuit. Nice work. All right, last time on those tricep kickbacks, starting with your left arm. Place the feet, place the hand, and whenever you're ready, keeping the arm up, extend back, turn the palm. Try to just connect to your breathing on this one. Focus gaze down with your opposite hand or looking straight down to the floor. Really keeping that midline tight. 1 to 2 more. And shake it out. Very good. Last bit of tricep work on that opposite arm. All right, placing that hand down. 2, 1, here we go. Elbow high. This is the one where the arm stays parallel the whole time. Yep. Bend it in and kick it back. Good. In and back. Up. Halfway. Don't forget about the midline. Keep pulling that belly button strong. Staying engaged. Last one. And release. Whew. All right, everybody. All that we have left on this second to last circuit is our bent over rows, that single arm row. So go ahead and get your weight. Set your feet into position. Pull that belly in, reaching forward, and here we go, up and in. Imagine there's a string coming down to the ceiling, like attached to the back of your elbow, and it's pulling that elbow straight up towards the ceiling. So shoulder down out of the ear, elbow high. We're working on the placement of that shoulder blade to try to get it to sit back on the rib cage instead of that rounded forward position. Couple more. Reach, row, last one, and rest. Good job. Second arm. Fantastic. Place the feet. Place that hand down for support. And 2, 1, here we go. As you reach forward as well, you don't want to only extend through the elbow, but it's great practice to allow that shoulder blade to just come slightly forward. It's like you're reaching towards the floor and you pull it up and in. Exhale as you row in. Breathe. Great job, everybody. Almost done. And 2, 1, and relax. Whew, let's come on up. Good job. Shake out those arms. A lot of work there. So we'll shake them side to side, and then let's circle them through. Reaching up in front of the body, circle back. Alternate which arm comes on top. So really opening through the chest. Let all that tension go. Alrighty, we're gonna do some rotational work for the mid-back next. I'm gonna show it seated. Crew that, Kelly, if you wanna do it down on the floor, it's the one from all fours with the hand behind the head and rotating. Otherwise, feel free to join me in the chair. Sitting nice and tall. You're gonna take one hand behind the head, elbow towards the opposite thigh or opposite elbow if you're on the floor. Sit tall, and now you're gonna rotate, peering over that shoulder. Like you're trying to look beyond the elbow. Breathe in to close it down. Sitting up tall, and exhale, peering behind you. 3 more. Down, up, rotate. Good job. I was kind of rushing a little bit, but it's really good practice to kind of pause in that open position. See how far you can peer over your shoulder. Last one. Good job. Same thing, other side. Open up to that shoulder blade. Down, lift, and rotate. Breathe in, close, lift, exhale, peer over that shoulder. Couple more. And release. Fantastic. All right, folks, if you got the email, I talked about if you had a broom stick around or a PVC. If you have that, go ahead and grab that. If you don't have that, but maybe you have one of those long bands, you can use that as well, okay? So we're just gonna kind of use this to open up the shoulders. A scarf works great also. If you don't have an elastic band, you can use a scarf So we're gonna take a nice wide grip, whatever your stick will allow. We're gonna start, we call them just like some shoulder openers here, where we bring it overhead, kind of pulling it overhead back behind you a little bit, as long as you can do it without arching your back, and then bring it back down in front. So up, lift, pulling it back, and down in front. Good, yeah, so if you have a scarf or a band, just gonna kind of double it up, and then just same concept there, right? You're gonna use it to open the chest, down in front, and back. Let's go one more. And then on this next one, keep it up to where you feel a little bit of that stretch, and then add a little bit of a side bend to it. So bending to one side, just very gently, lifting up, and then bending to the other. So I love using a little bit of a prop to help give a little bit extra. If you need to, set your feet a little wider to help feel a little bit more stable. Fantastic. Stretch and reach. Good. And from here, now we're gonna bring it down behind the back. So I'm using, you can keep with that broomstick, taking it back down right behind the shoulders, belly tight, and then you're just gonna push it up behind your head, lowering down. So this serves like an overhead press, but it's also a really good opener for the chest and shoulders. Think about pulling your chin in. There's a tendency here to kind of push that head forward. So if you have a ponytail in, that broomstick should kind of brush right past the back of your head. It might lift that ponytail up. Good, couple more, lowering down, pressing nice and high. Fantastic, down, open through the chest, and lift. Very good, go ahead and take it down in front. All right, so we're gonna be doing that as part of our workout. If anybody wants a little bit more weight, if you not wanna use a scarf, if you wanna use weights and reach overhead when we're doing that behind the neck press, you're welcome to it. If you've got anything going on that doesn't allow you to do that, you know, just do the best you can. You can push out in front of your body, or you can just go in unassisted, like an overhead reach, whatever you need to do there, all right? In the meantime though, I want us to give a little bit more attention to the lower body. So we're gonna warm up our squat. If you have something that you can support yourself on, that's ideal. So whether it's a doorway, holding onto a sturdy chair or a counter, we're gonna walk the feet about hip width apart, tall chest, and just nice and gradual. Start to send your hips back, keep your heels planted, and drive your knees nice and wide. There you go. And then push through your feet to come on up. And you know your body, or you're gonna learn your body a little bit more as you get a little bit more into fitness and paying attention. You know, there's a lot of mixed feelings about squatting, but I can just tell you that the more that you can allow yourself and encourage yourself to get down there, the more mobility you're gonna maintain in life, better your body's gonna function. With that said, do a couple more if you're good for it. If it's causing pain, you know, you don't necessarily want to push through pain, but ideally as we move, the pain should dissipate or your stiffness should feel better. If at any point your body is stiffening up, it's getting more uncomfortable, then listen to those cues and pay attention to it. So the last part, we do have a little bit of squatting. You can either squat unassisted without a chair. You can hold weight if you want, or you're always welcome. We call it a sit stand, where we sit down, trying to sit down nice and controlled, and then we stand up, pushing through our feet. So controlling down and standing tall. All right. So those are the major points of this last piece. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of talk us through as we move. So let's go ahead and grab one more drink. We're going to be doing 4 rounds of this last piece. So plenty of time to kind of catch on as we go. And we're going to be doing 30 seconds of each movement with 10 to 15 seconds in between. So when we're ready, we're going to start with a little bit of blood flow with some step jacks or seal jacks. So standing up nice and tall, we're going to start, I'm going to demo the seal jacks first. Hands out in front of your body, nice long arms, step it out, open through the chest. Here we go. Close it down as you step in. Step, open, close, in. There you go. And just find that rhythm. Nice, shoulders back and down. We're going to go from the step jack to our broomstick or our scarf, or you're welcome to grab your weights if you want to press a dumbbell overhead. 3, 2, 1, and transition. So go ahead and grab your scarf, bar, or any kind of weights you want to use. If you have this band, we're going to bring it up and taking it down behind the back. From here, place the feet about hip width apart, and whenever you're ready, press up and control down. Shoulders back and down. Good. Midline strong. Pushing tall and controlling down. Fantastic. As you bring the elbows down, think about trying to bring them back and down, like as if, you know, you're not going to, but as if you're trying to touch your elbows behind your body. It really helps open the chest. Let's go one more here. Push it up and bringing it down. Very good. If you're okay to stay in this position, go ahead and keep the bar on your back. If you want to break, take it off and cross the arms over the shoulders. Otherwise, some good mornings here. Toes pointing straight ahead, bend into those knees, and now we're going to bow forward. Sending those hips back, chin in, and standing tall. Good. Bowing forward. Push to the feet, squeeze the glutes as you stand. Yep, pull that belly button in, looking down towards the floor, standing straight up. Fantastic. Hinging over and up. Good. Over. Stand, 10 more seconds. We're gonna get ready for our squats next. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Set your bar, scarf down, anything you were using. Hi, Ann. And then either unassisted or squatting to the chair. So with or without weights, if you want to hold weights, I usually just hold it right up underneath my chin. Place the feet about hip width apart, and 2, 1. Here we go. This is our last exercise of the circuit. This is our first of 4 rounds. Sitting back or controlling into that squat. There you go. Nice and smooth. Good, Diane. That's the way, Ann. Fantastic. Try to move with control. Lightly sit, standing tall. Good. Maybe 1 to 2 more. Down and up. Fantastic. Down and smile as you stand tall. Woo! All right, we're going to take 30 seconds. And then we're going to be back to our step or jump jacks. Like I said, that's set 1. We're going to do it 3 more times. Drink your water. All right, going in 10, set 2 of 4. You can stick with those seal jacks that we did here, or if you'd like to do a little bit more overhead work, we'll go into that normal overhead work. Whichever version you choose, let's get a little clap with it. As your hands come together, clap those hands. Good. Smile. Generate some positive energy in your body. That's it. Halfway through. Good work. Get some blood flow, some happy hormones going. 2, 1, and release. All right, if you got your broomstick around or your long band, go ahead and grab it. We're going to go back to that overhead position. Oops, so taking it up to overhead, taking it behind the back, and whenever you're ready, pushing it up and bringing it down. Remember, squeezing those elbows in on the down. And while my arms are doing the movement, I'm engaging my midline, kind of holding strong in my core, and I'm kind of squeezing my bum. Fantastic. Pulling that chin in, so I'm not letting my head push forward. A lot of times you'll feel the muscles on the front of the neck firing here. 2, 1, and go ahead and just keep it on your back if you're comfortable with that. Place your feet a little bit wider, toes straight ahead. And if you need to, I've just got a band here. You can cross the arms over the shoulder. 2, 1, here we go. Bowing forward and standing tall. Good. I'm just going to cross the arms here. Bowing forward and up. Nice. On the next round, those of you that have your arms crossed over your chest, if you want to hold a little bit of a weight, you can. Long spine here, making sure not to lock out those knees. So I have just a little bend in my knees as I send those hips back. Squeeze the glutes, stand straight up, over, looking down towards the floor, straight ahead at the top. Good, last one, belly button pulled in, and rest. Fantastic. Squats or sit stand to the chair. This is our end of set 2. All right, I'm gonna demo this round without the chair, but please feel free to stick with your chair. 2, 1, and here we go. Controlling down. Knees push out, chest tall. Fantastic. Good. Sit back, stand up. Wonderful. Up, and feel free to keep that chair behind you. Have good control. 10 seconds. Sitting back, Belly button pulled in, eyes looking straight ahead. Last one. Down, up, and release. All right, everybody, great job. That's set 2 to 4. Grab some water. We'll take 20 seconds and we back to those step jacks. If you need a little bit more rest, please take it. And I'm going to show the good morning with a light weight this time. So if you want to have that nearby, otherwise, here we go. Seal jacks or step jacks. Woo! Maybe you have some music playing on your end. You want to just kind of like dance around a little bit. That's fine too. Just looking to get some blood flow here to start us out. Starting out this first part of the circuit. Good job. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as my arms swing back. There we go. 2, 1, and relax those arms down. Grab your scarf or your broomstick. Or weights for your overhead press. If you got this broomstick, we're going to take it up, taking it down behind the head. And 2, 1, whenever you're ready, we're just pushing it up and bringing it down. Good. Reach high to overhead. This is the only time we'll think shoulders up. So you want to start to elevate those shoulders up towards the ears and then squeeze them back and down as you lower. Push high and squeeze them back and down. Fantastic. Up and lower. 10 seconds left. Push and lower. Up, down. One more. Good job. Go ahead and release. So if you like it behind your head, if you want to get a nice light weight for the good morning, we're going to bring it right across the chest. Feet a little bit wider. Get a good bend into those knees. Pull your belly button in. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to bow forward. Chin in, looking down. Squeeze the bum as you stand. Hinging over. Weight planted firmly back into those heels. But try to think about weight into those heels without lifting up your toes. So push your big toe down as you hinge. And then stand. Good job. 10 seconds. Keep that midline strong. Belly button pulled in. Bracing the midline. And rest. Very good. Sit, stand, or squats. I'll show it to the chair this time. If you're doing the squats without the chair, please keep doing that if that feels good for your body. If you want to hold some weight here, we'll hold it right underneath the chin. Feet about hip width apart, slight toe out, and here we go. Without weights, reach your arms out to kind of help control and keep that chest tall. Push through your feet and stand. Knees out, sitting back, and up. Good. Control down, you got it, and stand. Very good. Control, and up. Nice. Back, back, back. Fantastic. 1 to 2 more. Belly button pulled in. Good focus. And rest. All right, that's our third set. Maybe you're a little bit run down today, had a late night, didn't sleep well. Maybe take this last round off. Otherwise, we're going to do it all one final time. 15 seconds till we go. And we're going to start and end with some little bit of blood flow here. So we'll do our step jacks to start and some marching to finish. 2, 1, and here we go. Seal jacks or up to overhead. Woo! Good. Clap those hands. That's the way. Notice your self-talk. You want to try to nurture yourself when you're doing physical activity. Build that positive relationship with movement. Rebuild any negative experiences you've had in the past. Let it all go. Starting fresh. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Behind the back press or overhead work. Toes pointing straight ahead. Standing nice and tall. Nice deep breath whenever you're ready. Elevate up to the ceiling. Open the chest as you lower. Remember, we're imagining if we could touch our elbows together behind our back, that's where we want to position ourselves. So kind of squeezing the shoulders back and together. Help open the chest when you're in the bottom position. Push high and back and down. Nice. And even though the arms are moving, remember, we want to kind of brace our midsection Squeeze our thighs, squeeze the bum. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. If you want to grab a light weight for that good morning, or you can use your broomstick if you like it. Placing those feet about hip width apart, toes pointing straight ahead. I'm going to hold my weight right up underneath my chin, or just cross your arms. Root down into those legs, and then pulling the belly button in, bow forward. Feel your hamstrings as you bow forward. So long spine, sending those hips back. Feel the back side of those thighs activate and stretch a little bit. There you go. Chin in, looking down, standing tall. And really try to squeeze the glutes. Your glutes are the same thing as your bum, your behind as you stand. Wake up those muscles. It's one of the biggest muscles in our bodies. You want to keep it working. Let's go one more here. Bowing forward and standing straight up. Fantastic, everybody. Our last piece here, the squatting. So to the chair or without. And like I said, we're going to finish with a final march. Place those feet about hip width apart. Eyes looking straight ahead. And 2, 1, here we go. With weight or without, controlling down, pushing through your feet to stand. Remember, without weight, it's good to practice. Reach those arms out. Help keep that chest up and stand. Good. Reach, 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 reach. Yep. Be patient here. We're really focused to move with control. Drive your whole foot into the floor to stand. 10 seconds. Good. Sitting back, shoulders down. And last one. 2, 1, and stand it up there. And we're finished, like I said, with that march. It's going to be our march and punch. So arms up at the sides. Lift one knee up as you punch across the body. There we go. Breathe. We're going to go full 30 seconds here. This gets our right brain talking to our left brain, left side of the brain talking to the right brain. Just simply punching your arms across the body. Working your one leg with the other arms. Kind of similar to like what we call like a cross crawl pattern, like when babies are learning to crawl. Good. There you go. 10 more seconds. Okay, exhale with that punch. And give yourself a round of applause. Woo. High virtual high fives. Grab your water. We're going to stay on our feet for a moment, open up the chest a little bit more. So we're going to do our chest opener, either on the doorway or I'm going to show it here on the wall, the garage door. All right, so to open up the chest, you're going to bring your elbow up to 90 degrees. You're going to walk to the wall, place your hand along the wall. If you have a door frame, that's ideal. Inside leg's going to step forward. From here, just gently kind of lean forward so you feel it like in your upper chest there area, right in the front of the shoulder. And then turn away from the wall. You can take your non-stretching arm and kind of reach it out, reach it across. And breathe. And then this outstretched arm, I like to circle it around. So we'll reach it forward, reach it up, and circle it back. 2 to 3 times here. Ooh, a little stiff there today. And then once we've circled it back, let's do the opposite direction where we're going to reach back and circle it forward. 2 to 3 times here. The shoulder and the hip are both ball and socket joints, so we want to encourage them to keep moving. Go ahead and come on off and switch sides. Opposite arm up to 90. Place that hand in. Inside leg, I like to step that one forward. Lean into it. And then just very gently rotate away. And hold this posture first. Get that stretch on the front of the chest. And then when you're ready, circle the arm, reaching up and back. 2 to 3 times. Beautiful. And once you've circled it backwards 2 to 3 times, when you're ready, we'll reverse direction, circle it forwards. And release. Go ahead and come on off. Relax it down. We're going to come to a seated position. I'm going to come a little bit closer. All right, so once we're seated here, we're gonna set your feet nice and flat, and we're just gonna start by dropping the legs side to side, like windshield wipers. Walk them to one side, rock them to the other, just ever so slightly. Just get a little bit of more movement, a little bit of different movement into those hip joints. Very good. And then from here, we're gonna take your left foot, best you can. See if you can get that left foot to come up above the right knee, or just as close as you can. You're gonna bow forward or just sit nice and tall, and you're looking, I'm gonna swivel around here. We're looking to get a nice stretch here in the outer hip, or figure 4 stretch on the floor for those of you that know it. So sit tall, lean forward. It's a good time to close the eyes now. We're here now at the end of the workout. So now we want to try to really relax everything. Nice deep breaths as you're stretching. One more breath here. And then go ahead and release that foot. Same thing, other side. Grabbing that foot, working it up best you can, seeing if you can get it above the knee on that side or just as close as you can. And then sit tall. Oftentimes just sitting here, you'll feel that stretch in the outer hip. If you don't feel it sitting tall, then just bow forward ever so slightly. And then I know I feel it anyway. And as always, good time to close the eyes. One more breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that leg. Relax it down. Good job. All right, from here, seated twist. You're gonna take your hand to the opposite thigh. If you wanna go a little bit deeper than twist, you can cross the leg over, and then you're gonna go hand to the same side shoulder. So sit tall, turn your body, and then we're gonna pivot this elbow up and around, up and back. If it doesn't feel good to cross the legs, you can have both feet flat and then just pull around from there. And just roughly 10 times up and back. Here we're working to see if we can feel that shoulder blade moving up and down the rib cage. It's really subtle, but we just want to kind of keep that motion there. And when you're ready, go ahead and release and swing it around. Same thing other way. Sit tall, hand to that opposite thigh, hand to the same side shoulder. Pull around. If you want to cross the legs, it would look like this. And then I'm trying to peer over that shoulder as I move that elbow up and around. Really emphasize how tall you sit here as you twist. Breathing and looking with the eyes over that shoulder also, that helps give a little bit more twist into the spine. And when you're ready, go ahead and relax. Fantastic. Coming to center. Since we did some overhead work today, we like to give some attention to those traps. So we're gonna stretch out that upper body just a little bit. So sitting tall, you're gonna start by bringing your ear towards your left shoulder. And then we're gonna tilt the chin like we're looking up towards the ceiling as we look, that head stays tilted to the side. And as you look up, you should feel a little bit of a stretch along the right side, like on the front of the neck. And have your eyes looking up towards the ceiling as well. And then think about the side that you're turning your head towards, so your right arm, you wanna keep that shoulder kind of tracking down. So pulling it down. One more breath here. And then from here, now instead of tilting the chin up, you're gonna turn the head down. So bringing your chin towards your left collarbone, still keeping that right side back and down. And now you should feel the stretch change a little bit to along the back of the neck slightly. On this one, if you wanna close the eyes, you can. Close the eyes and just breathe. You should all be fairly gentle stretches. So if it gets to be intense, please relax, come out of it. One more breath, and then you're gonna tilt the head back to center, so like you're looking straight ahead. And now we're gonna do the same thing the other way. So gently bring your ear towards your right shoulder. With the head tilted to the right, you're gonna turn the chin up towards the ceiling. Turn your gaze up towards the ceiling, and now we're looking to target the front of the neck a bit. Breathing here. Eyes open on this one, looking up at the ceiling. That's gonna help aid that stretch. Still sitting tall up out of your sit bones. One more breath. And then when you're ready, gently turn the chin down towards your right collarbone. So now looking down towards the floor, looking to have the stretch shift from the front of the neck along the back of the neck. And kind of thinking about tractioning that left shoulder back and down. You can even kind of sit on the palm of your hand here That helps pull that shoulder back and down. Close the eyes, one more breath. And gently release, come back to center. Ah, very good, everybody. Let's go ahead and just gently finish rocking the head side to side. Then if you want to circle your head around, just feeling for any other stiff areas. Dropping that chin down to the chest is really a good way to release the tension in the back of the neck. A lot of times when our traps get tight, we'll sometimes feel it in our traps, but sometimes it's in like the upper part of the neck where those muscles go and attach in. So you can also even just kind of use your own hands and, you know, just gently massage your body with yourself. I like to go up to where you feel like the ridge of your head, like if you follow your neck and your spine up into like the base of your skull there, and then you feel like that bump, that like ridge that starts the back of your head, those muscles that sit right under there. I like to take my thumbs, I kind of rest my fingers, if I can show you from the back, I kind of rest my fingers like along the back of my skull, and then I'll like cradle my head and take my thumbs, and you can just dig into those, you know, dig relative, right? But circle it around, and all those little muscles up there tend to hold a lot of tension for the trap. So you can do some self-massage in that area, or even if you have like a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball or any kind of like smaller massage ball, you can either sit against the wall and put a little ball there and nod your head yes and shake your head no, or you can lay down as well. Anything to help loosen some of those muscles where all these bigger muscles here, they come up and they connect up in there. All right, enough about that. Thank you all so much for showing up. If you have any specific questions about that, feel free to reach out to me, and hope to see you all next time. Stay hydrated.